start out with our sometimes with writing that came before. This is a Wednesday night channeling class number 109. And our title for this class is called Embracing Life. It starts out with a bunch of questions. What are you doing with your life? Life gives you anything and everything that you can imagine. The whole of life is where you are. What do you see when you look out the windows you call your eyes? Where are you at this moment in consciousness? What do you give your allegiance to? As you meet each moment, give it the fullness of the most that you are. Embrace it with peace, joy, love, and the attitude of gratitude for the many blessings that the Father of Life is holding out to you. You are the recipient of all that life is. Begin to be grateful for that which you would see manifest in your life. Go forth to meet it with the joy of the angels, and all life reaches out to receive you full measure and running over. As you give to life, you give to yourself, for you are life. In the fullness of you, receive and give is as it is given to you. Look with the inner eye, and you will see that life is a balanced exchange of giving and receiving. Just as you give a breath out, can you then receive the breath of life to feed the outer and the inner? The first thing you learn to do when you come into the physical is to receive the breath and give it, so that you may continue to receive life on this plane. Shall we start with a quiet time? Let us close our eyes, relax our bodies, and open our minds and our hearts to receive the beauty of life that is about to be given to us. Think of this circle as a circle of light, realizing that each one here is a part of the channel as much as the one who speaks, for you are lending your life force to this circle. See this circle reaching up, circle of light reaching up to the higher dimensions of divine love and light. And those higher beings of light are reaching down to meet us. Thank you, Father. Good evening, my dear ones. This is Don, coming to you from these realms of divine love and light. It is a joy to be here with you, and we welcome those who are new this evening. It is always a pleasure to make this contact with your earth plane, for it gives us an opportunity to speak to you directly. Many times you reach us through your thoughts and through your prayers and your love spending. But it is wonderful to be here with you in this way, so that we may meet face to face, as you might say. Although my face is not appearance to you, it still is here. and my vibrations are here with many others. I would remind you that it is not I alone who is bringing this message, but the Master Teacher, Aloha, and many others who are contributing their thoughts and their love to this outpouring of blessings that is coming to you this evening. When we think of life, let us think of embracing life with our whole self, with love and with joy and with peace. When we think of life, let us put aside the illusions of and confusions of this physical plane and think of life how it truly is. For this physical plane, my dear ones, is not the true picture of life. Your physical plane is a play on a stage, and it is here for you to grow. It is purposely put here with props for you to use to have something to push against, so that you can move forward much faster than on these higher realms of divine love and light, where things are too easy for you. And I know that some of you think that you would like to have it easy. That you see, my dear ones, as you have been taught, you create your life as it is and as it will be. You are the master planner. You are the architect. And as you understand this fully, then you give much more importance as to your thoughts. For it is thoughts that life from these realms works through to reach your plane. Thought is a prism that life works through to meet you in your physical body with your physical senses. When you awaken in the morning, remember to say, Father, I love you. Thank you for this beautiful day. Greet the day and embrace it with joy and with happiness and with love, knowing that within your being the Father lives and breathes and has his being. Within you, the Creator of all life lives. If you could remember this one thing, all other things would be resolved in your life. For it is true, very true. And as you go through your days, love the being that you are. For when you love yourself, you're loving God. When you love yourself, you're loving life. As you embrace life with love and peace and joy, you're also giving it to yourself. You're giving yourself some of the greatest gifts that can be given on your plane or any other plane. When you move upward in consciousness, you need not be disturbed or concerned. Concerned is not the correct word. You need not be disturbed in any way by this physical plane and the things that happen to and around you, for then you know that you cannot be harmed in any way unless you open the door for it to happen. The Father lives within you, but he gives you free will, and he gives you the ability to think and the ability to choose. And many times you choose the wrong thing, or the thing that brings you pain or disharmony. But be not concerned about this. This is a learning process. Just as the baby learning to walk falls down many times before it learns to walk, each time that it falls down is very necessary. And each time that you make a so-called mistake, this is necessary to your growth. So be grateful in all things. even your so-called mistakes. For in truth, they are really not mistakes. They are opportunities for you to grow and to learn from. My dear ones, there are many, many on this side of the veil here this evening with you. They come in larger amounts each week, and if you could see their shining faces as they come to learn as you learn, and your teachers and your guides, and the Master is here with you to bring you the vibrations of their love. Think about this for a moment, and with your thoughts, reach out to them with your love, that you may make contact, that you may feel the presence of their great being, that you may be at home in their presence. You see, my dear ones, the Master Teacher has come to your plane to set an example, but he did not really leave. He just has come to these higher realms of divine love and light. And in true reality, there is no here nor there. You see, when you think of higher planes, you think of something up in the sky. But you see, all dimensions are here and now, right now, in this place. And it is not a different place. If you had a radio turned on in this corner, and you wanted to tune into another station, you would not take it to another corner to tune in the station. You would change the frequency. And you see, all the dimensions are here where you are, but at a different frequency. And if you would reach these dimensions, you can, by changing your frequency, by learning to think only loving, beautiful thoughts, by learning to ask, to be open, and ask to receive understanding and enlightenment. And when you go in your quiet times, as you sit alone with the Father within you, and with your teachers and your guides, know that they are there. Feel their presence. Embrace their love, and allow them to know that you love them, and that you love life, and that your greatest desire is to grow higher in consciousness, so that you can be one with them even in thought. You already are one with all life, but you can choose to be one with God and all of His creations, even in thought. As you refine your thinking, then you are embracing life to a much greater extent. As you learn to eliminate any thoughts of darkness, any thoughts of negativity or fear, then you are embracing life with love, with joy, and with a wonderful feeling of goodness and wholeness that fills you to overflowing. My dear ones, when you open to life, life opens to you. When you give to life, life gives back to you, full measure and overflowing. Realize this in the deepest part of your being. And when you go to your work or whatever you do in the day, give it your full measure. Give life all that you are and that you have by loving life and loving yourself, and also loving your body, your physical body. So many do not think much of their physical body, but if you will think with me for a moment, your physical body gives you the opportunity to be in touch with this physical plane, and through this opportunity you learn and grow much more rapidly than on any other dimensions. At least you have the opportunity to learn and grow much more rapidly. You have also the opportunity to go the other way. It is always your choice, my dear ones. The Father loves you with a love so great that the universe cannot contain it, and it is continually expanding to contain the Father's love. And his love for you is continually expanding. And as you open up to this love, then it is like the rose opening up to the sunshine. It is like the bee that fertilizes the flowers as he goes along his way. God is working through all his creations in all the universe at all times. He is constantly aware of every single one of his creations. Remember your book you call the Bible said that not even a sparrow falls without his knowing it. Why would he know it? Because he is that sparrow. He is the bee and the flower. He is you and everything that you see on your physical plane and everything on all the dimensions. When you allow yourself to open up to God's love and get acquainted with him and feel his love for you, and I should say the Father, Mother God, because he is both Father and Mother. But when you allow yourself to open to the vibrations of his love, you can feel them. You can know the depth and the breadth of his love to the extent that you can receive it. And each time you sit down, ask God to help you to be more open to receive more of his love, more of his enlightenment, more of his beauty. And God is continually, my dear ones, continually speaking to your heart, not always in words, but in knowing, in understanding, in beauty and joy. He is everywhere present, so he is always with you, for he is the life that you are. He breathes the breath that you breathe. He feels the feelings that you feel. He knows you much better than you know yourself. And if you will give him a chance to communicate with you, he will come forth in your consciousness to give you the understanding that you desire on any level, in your work, in your social life, in your family, whatever you need. His presence is there. His wisdom is your wisdom if you will embrace it and allow it to be in your consciousness. This is a beautiful circle of light, and shall we now stop and give you chances to ask questions, if you will. It is good to ask questions, and when you open up to ask questions, you're opening up more to life. You're opening up more to receive life, so that you may give more to life.
But Don, I want to thank you for helping me. I'm sure you were nudging me, and I'm sure I'm getting a lot of help from you people. I can feel it coming through. I can feel a spiritual development I did not have before. And I thank you very much for it, and for the words that come through on my paper, and for the days that are beautiful, one after the other. And I thank you for the voice, the correspondence course in voice that I have recovered again. And I was very ashamed of my attitude towards that teacher, but I didn't mean to hurt his feelings. I want to thank you very much, and I want to tell you, keep opening up more spiritual understanding. Thank you.
My dear one, you are a beautiful soul, and it is a wonderful sight to see you giving your time to your soul's development. You are at a place in life where you can devote your time to whatever you decide to. And as you give, so you do receive. This is the law of life, and you are receiving much understanding. When you open to life, and that means God, that means the master teacher, that means us and your personal teachers, and all of life in the whole universe is available to you. When you ask, you will receive. And sometimes you hear it, and sometimes you do not. But you have, my dear one, have been open and receiving, and know that you are receiving, haven't you?
Yes.
And continue
to... for that wonderful work on love that Don has. It's helped me, and I use it for all people in the world, and all the invisible people. I feel they're all very, very close.
Yes. Continue to be open and continue to work as you have, for you will receive more as you go along. You will not receive just as much as you did today. It will be multiplied for you, because that is the way that life works. When you open to life, life gives you back full measure and running over. And as you send God's love out to his creations, no matter what dimension they're on, you receive just as much as they receive. Remember to continue to do this and to be the beautiful soul that you are. And this is for all of you. Remember that you are, in truth, God's children, and that he loves you with a love so great that you could not even begin to comprehend it with your physical mind. But as you grow in consciousness, then you begin to open up more and more to what God's love truly is. You begin to open up to unconditional love and understand that God loves you without conditions. He does not see or take notice of any mistakes or falling down that you do, as you would call them. He sees you as whole, complete, and perfect as he created you. And in this, you see, he is giving you the image and the pattern to go by. And when you are in tune with the Father, then that pattern is there for you to move into. When you ask the master teacher and your teachers to help you, and you raise your consciousness just a little, then the pattern is there, the pattern that God created you in, and you can move into it more and more each day. And let me say one more thing about this. This pattern that God created you in his image and likeness, is continually growing, because God is continually growing as you are growing. He is growing through his creations in the whole universe. This seems strange to some who have not thought of this before, but you see, God grows also. For to be static and to stay in the same place would be boring. And God is continually creating more in his universe to manifest through. This is your prime purpose in creation, is to manifest the perfect love and perfect beauty of God. And I'm using the word perfect a little loosely here, because there is no static place in perfection. Perfection is continually growing also. Are there other questions this evening? When your class is over in the evening and you embrace each other with a hug, this is embracing life. And when you look at yourself and your families and others and your work, and you look at it with love and with joy and with peace, then you are embracing all of life. And as you move through this incarnation, learn to embrace life more fully every day. Learn to enjoy. Enjoy means joy within, because of the word. If you would say in and then joy, you see it is joy within you. So you take pleasure, you take the beauty of life, and you bring it within yourself that you might experience it. And then you also take the beauty that lies within you on many, many dimensions and bring it forth to your outer conscious awareness, and let it shine forth from you, that you may be aware of it and that others may be aware of it around you. For as you move through life and you are thinking of love and God, you have this beautiful glow about you, and whether others say anything about it or not, they see it and they know it and they feel it. And just to be in your presence is a blessing for them. You are shining beings, and you are moving forward, and you will continue to do so. Are there any comments that you would make or questions this evening?
I have a question.
Yes.
A few nights ago, the question was asked whether or not in our...
Speak louder, please.
The question was asked whether or not in our sleeping state we were taking classes, and the answer was that yes, we were. I wonder what kind of classes we do take.
There are many things that you do as you are away from your body, and your body is resting from you. You are not just going to classes, but you are doing many things. You are taking classes that is what you need, the next step that you need forward in your soul's growth. And remember what has been said. Everything comes from above down or from within out. This is the order of life. And so nothing happens on the physical plane unless it has already happened on these higher dimensions. So when you come to class, even this class, you have had it, in a sense, while you were on the other dimensions. When you come to your structured classes that you go to, you have had it, and you have so much greater depth and wisdom and understanding from this side of life than you do when you are in the physical. And if you will think, you will see how valuable this is to you. Your memory is not of this when you come back to your body and awaken in the mornings, but it is in a part of your memory banks. And when you have your class on the physical plane, then they both merge and come together. And the idea is to be able to automatically do as unto others as you would have them do unto you. Automatically use the golden rule to automatically think of everything as God, for in true reality it is. And when you have the classes on the higher dimensions, we do not use words and language as we are using now. We use thought transference, as you would say, that is so much greater, and you get so much more from it. And let me paint a word picture for you, as Ella would say. As you move higher in consciousness, you will come to a place where these two come together. The classes that you have on these higher dimensions and the classes that you have in the physical merge in your conscious awareness, and this opens up what you might think of the third eye, or it opens up a part of you and it gives you great enlightenment because you see it is already there within you. Everything that you experience or have experienced in the past is in you, within you, in your memory banks. And when you turn aside from the physical plane of illusion and confusion that goes on where your physical body is, and learn to move into that consciousness of these realms while you're still in the physical body, then you have risen above the world. As your master teacher said, I have overcome the world. And this is what he meant. And the two understandings, the understanding that you learned while you're away from your body and the understanding that you learned when you come to the physical classes, come together. And this creates great enlightenment within your being. And then you know without any doubt who you are and where you're going. Does this answer your question, my dear one?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yes. Are there other questions this evening?
I want to thank you for beautiful wisdom in the morning when a great feeling of peace envelops me and it follows me through the day, and I'm very, very grateful for it.
Well, you, my dear one, have created this. You have asked for it, and by asking for it, you have created it. And another thing I would like to point out to you about this other question is that while you are away from your body at night, you can prepare for the day that is coming up, as you call it. And when you come back to your body, and you see, my dear Annabelle, what you have done is prepare yourself to come back to your body with this feeling, with this wonderful, beautiful feeling. And I would have all of you to think about this and consider it, because when you are on these other dimensions, rather than the physical, you are not limited by time or space, and you can accomplish much in what you think of as time that you are away from your body. So give this some thought, and when you are going to sleep at night, always send God's love ahead of you into the night, and whatever you want to accomplish in your work at night, ask for that. Whatever you want help with when you are in the physical, ask for greater enlightenment. You know, there's an old saying, when you're not sure what you should do, I'll sleep on it. I'm sure most of you have heard this. And this is what we are truly talking about. When you sleep on it, you are getting the understanding and information that you need. You are getting the enlightenment. And so when you put these things into the law by asking, you will receive. And when you are serious about your work, for example, and you want to accomplish so much in your work, when you go to sleep at night, ask your teachers and your guides to help you with this while you're away from your body, but also ask them to enlighten you when you come back to your body, so that you will at least partially remember it, not in as you were there, but you will get the ideas that you need. You will get the enlightenment to do your work. And for example, if you were creating music or writing a book, you see much of this is done on this side of the veil while you are away from your body. And when you awaken the next day, then it is there in your consciousness. And when you take your pen in hand or you set at your typewriter, then it flows through. Maybe sometimes just a word at a time or a sentence at a time, but it does come through when you are serious and when you relax and allow it to come through and know that you are worthy of receiving it. This is very important, for all of you are worthy of the whole kingdom of God, and it is being held out to you at all times, and all you need do is reach out and take it. Are there other questions this evening?
I don't have another session, but I do have a comment, and I wanted to tell you that while you were mentioning about carrying through over the work, I find that it just jogs my memory that I must be doing that because things go a lot better, and I'm not procrastinating as much, and I did ask help for that, and thank you for the nudges I've gotten.
Yes. We are very grateful when we see you responding to our nudges, as you call them. And it is great comfort to us. It is for any teacher to see his students responding and learning. This is the joy of being a teacher and working with others, is to see the results when it comes through. All of you move at your own pace, and do not be concerned if you get stalled or if things don't go as you think they should. Just keep on keeping on and keep sending love and asking for help, for it is there and you are receiving it. Are there other questions this evening? It is an exhilarating thing and be with you in this manner, because you are all serious about your work and about your spiritual understanding. And we receive so much from knowing that you are moving forward and knowing that you are reaching up to us. And we are always there with you. I want to remind you that we are only a thought away. It has been a great pleasure to be with you. God bless you each one, and good evening. Shall we stand and hold hands? Let's speak of coming together in the physical as we have been in spirit, and bringing down the spiritual love and beauty and joy that we have been given into our physical being. And think of God's love going around this circle of life and building up in momentum. See it filling this room, spreading out over the city and covering this planet. Think of God's love going ahead of us into this week, into our every thought, word, and deed, into every situation, into every encounter. Let us this week be a little more open to those from the other side of the veil, so that we may receive, so that we may get more to life. Thank you, Father.
Give it a chimney down.
All right.
We said that you like that. Made it with you and made your heart to have. Please, I tell you, wait till the roses get all blooming.
Okay, whatever. No,
I'll call you. Hi.
hey, oh,
I got this. I have a two. You got a lot of laugh. Yeah. You're in the right. Well, so that I think I should be able to something like that.
yeah, I did this story.
That's decent all. So I eat. But you brought your own wife. We left this getting the bottom. Now I have a house.
Yeah.
And I fight you. It is. Yeah, I think lie.
Well, we better get it.
Right. You're having hard back.
Yeah, take these.
Okay.
I don't know this right you right. And take this.
Give her another arms to sleep potion.
I didn't feel the first one cooler. I thought this was first. I think you like it. You should like it, yeah. Don't you like it? Fix them. Pretty. Oh, shoot. Those I love.